Right, hello, welcome back to Plumbing College. Today we're going to carry out some planned preventative maintenance on a non-rising spindle tap. By doing this will reduce the likelihood of it failing anytime soon. Right, so how do you know if you've got a non-rising spindle tap? That's the first question. In the UK, there's only really two types of taps you will come across on appliances. There's either the modern quarter turn tap, or there is the screw down tap like this. And this is the tap we're going to be focusing on. So most of the screw down taps these days are the non-rising spindle type. This is a non-rising spindle mixer tap. Right, so what it means is when we turn the tap on and off, right, so it's a non-rising spindle because this spindle always stays as so even though I'm undoing it, the spindle does not move up and down. If you've got a really old tap, you don't really get them anymore. This has got a rising spindle, so when I undo the tap, the spindle rises. So if you sort of watch, you can sort of see it rises. Right. So you don't really get this design anymore on taps. The reason being because they tend to leak over the top. You still get them on valves and bib taps, but we'll cover this on another video. So first I'm going to show you how to maintain it. Again, there's not anything wrong with it, but you just need to maintain it. It could be part of a planned preventative maintenance program to maintain this. So this is what you would do. Right, so first of all, we need to turn off the water supply. Under the basin, and we're going to isolate the supply. Make sure the water's been isolated, which it has. And screw the top. Okay, so we don't want any grips on here because we'll scratch the chrome. So we're going to put some cloth round like this. Okay. And we're then going to undo. Undo. Like this. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close the tap and take out this barrel. They call it a barrel, like this. We then remove the washer, like that. Then using a mega plumber's box of washers. Right, we're gonna find a washer which is similar in size. So I found a washer the same size. Right, so I then put the new washer on, like that. Right, so the next job, using some circlip pliers, then remove the circlip, and we then take the spindle out like this. Right, so we then check the spindle O-ring seals. So this one's actually split, okay? So what we're going to do, so using a O-ring kit, we've got a suitably sized one, and we then replace the damaged O-ring seal. So don't use any sharp tools for this because you could damage the seal putting it on. Just try and use your fingers like that. So we then clean the barrel, get any line scale off if there's any on there. Get it nice and clean. Just using a green pad. Also I've got some silicone grease around. We're now going to screw the barrel back into the head workings. Right, so we're doing it. So we're undoing the tap and it screws in like this. We're then going to push this back in. We're then going to put the circlip back on. Right, we then check this O-ring here at the top to see if it's okay. It doesn't look damaged, but if it was, you would just simply replace it. So if it was damaged, you'd remove it. It's that one there. Then put on a replacement. Like that. So that's the head working bits maintained. Right, so now we're going to check the seating of our taps. What this means is the washer, so when the tap's closed, the washer stops water coming in. But water could still get through even if you've got a new washer, if the seating bit is slightly damaged, water could still seep through. So if we look at this tap here, you can see that the seating is slightly scratched here. So even though the washer's on it, water could still get through when the tap's closed and it will drip. So we need to just smooth this down. But as you know, a file is not going to fit inside a tap. So we have a special device called a tap reseating tool, and it basically just files it down. So what we do, put that through the top, like that, screw that down, screw that in, and then you push down on it. And basically doing that. Doing it like that. So just looking inside our tap, it looks like there's a few chips. It looks like it could be reseated. Right, and then just have a look. So you see now it looks much smoother now. Right, so now we can screw the tap back together. Don't let this move, because otherwise under the basin will leak. So nice and tight. Switch the water on, and just for a second we're going to let the tap run to get the iron, to get any filing or burr, and to get any bits of brass out from when we just reseated the tool. So we can do that for a second. We're then going to turn the tap off. We're going to check for leaks here. Right, once you're happy that there's no leaks, we can then put the tap top back on, like this. Do it back up. Do it back up. We then put the lid back on. Look at that, brand new again. Brand new tap again. Okay, I know it's a bit overkill maintaining a non-rising spindle tap, but it's really good practice taking a tap apart. It's really good. It really helps in your dexterity skills and working out how things go together. Okay, so probably in reality, this day and age, you wouldn't maintain this sort of tap. You'll probably just change the washer, and if anything more went wrong, you would probably just replace the tap with a quarter turn tap, which will be covered in another video. So now you know all about non-rising spindle taps. It's your turn to have a go and get rid of them.